again. Gotta head back to the Social Security office, which my local one is Nevada, Missouri. I moved from California. Well, we moved. The family moved from California to Missouri just over a year ago. One of the main reasons we moved was, I don't know why I'm putting my blinker on. See? This is I can't even talk right. I am heading back to the Social Security office because I just got some mail that said, hey, your ticket to work program has been canceled, which is fine. I've never used it. When I was first diagnosed and first put on Social Security, I was working. And then you're told time and time again, just keep working until you can. So then I worked another 2 years full-time, 2.5 years, I don't remember. Something like that. And then I couldn't anymore. You're just getting told time and time again by doctors, well, just keep working until you can't. Like, that's cool that what you're doing. Like, a lot of people just go on Social Security and milk it. And it sucks, man. It sucks. Nobody wants to just, well, some people do. I don't want to fucking just be on Social Security and get a shitty little check every month. I got 2 kids that want to do stuff. I got a family. Like, it's not a livable wage. So then I did 6 months, or I'm sorry, I did another 6 years part-time. A friend of mine was a manager at an auto parts place, and I kind of turned wrenches for a little while. I told him, hey, if you're looking, I'm bored, I don't want to do Social Security, what have you got? And he's like, hey, I can give you this part-time. Perfect. So then I did that for 6 years, and then it got to the point where I couldn't get up in the morning. I mean, you can get up and wake up, but I couldn't walk in the morning, or you start having panic attacks on your way to work, you start crying, you gotta pull over because you can't see. It is the most, and then you got PBA and cytobulbar bullshit that makes you cry all the damn time anyway, and that's frustrating on its own. And here I am yondering off on not even on the point, but so I've been doing so, and I hear all the horror stories of people trying to get on Social Security and their appointments and seeing the doctors, and it's a nightmare, and that's why they have lawyers for it. But when my doctor, I think at the time, had recommended, I was 30-something, I don't know. And so I did, and it went through pretty quick and pretty easy. And then after being on Social Security, I still worked. And I worked that, like I said, I worked another 6 years part-time while I was on Social Security, the entire time being told, well, you're fine until you can't work. You know what I mean? I've been told by Social Security, I was told by doctors, you just stop when you have to. So 6 years goes by of pulling over on the side of the road, not being able to drive, your legs just doing this shit while you're trying to drive, or you're trying to have a conversation like an adult with somebody at fucking Walmart and you start crying, or you're at work and your boss comes in and is like, you on drugs because you're crying, boy. And for fuck's sakes, it is the most ridiculous thing to have to go through. Anyway, back to coming to Nevada to go to the Social Security office. I get a letter that says my ticket to work program is ending, which means shit, your Social Security is not going to work, because I was told roughly after basically the big beautiful bill came out, which I'm not against. I'm not trying to get political or nothing. Whatever. And that's probably because of all the people that do steal and are, fraudulently, what they say, 8 billion people on fucking Social Security that are already dead or 150 years old and all that crap. Well, I get my annual, let's call it annual checkup to go to the doctor to make sure my condition is still whatever. Well, I go to this little clinic in a small town, and I thought it was peculiar that I had to not talk to the doctor. I had to tell the doctor what multiple sclerosis is, even though he was the one there to see if my condition had worsened, gotten better, which it comes and goes, but it's like 2 steps forward, 5 steps back kind of thing. And it's why it's remissing or relapsing. It comes and it goes. You have your good days, you have more bad days than you do good days, but there are good days. Today, look, I can function. I'm driving, I'm going slow, but I forgot where the fuck I was even at with that. So, where was I with this? And this is the kind of thing that happens all the time too. I can just be mid-conversation with a fucking person and just be like, huh? Like a fish, just, huh? And you just, all of your thoughts, everything that you were just doing, just poof, is gone. And, oh, this is frustrating. I forgot what I was talking about. I got a half a mile, I gotta turn left. I'll fast forward through this. It's coming. That brain fog, it is what it is. And this is the point where you start to get frustrated and you're like, why am I getting so frustrated with this? This shouldn't be a big deal. But then you like have a little bit of brain fog, and then that causes you to panic and get anxious, and then in your anxiety and your anxiousness you start getting upset, and then you're talking to yourself, you're like, why am I getting so upset? It's like you feel like you almost talk yourself into getting fucking upset and crying, and then this overwhelming emotion of just wanting to cry, like it's coming right now. And for the love of God, it's the most frustrating thing in the world. You can hear it in my voice. It's a couple bumps. Oh, that looks nice. The Sunnyside Market. And now it's gone. Just that split, you want to cry and start bawling, and sometimes it's a lot worse. Anyway, Social Security. I forgot where I was even. So yeah, they tell you can quit until you can't. It's like, get to that point where I can't walk, I can't function, I'm making mistakes at work, and you're just like, okay, it's that time. Well, then we move out of California because it's absolutely fucking ridiculous over there trying to imagine. And prayers to the people that are in California that are trying to make it on a fucking Social Security check. Like, good luck. Make the exodus, leave. We moved to Missouri. It's one of the best decisions we ever made. But now, anyway, this doctor's office. It's like, go, and I gotta tell the doctor like what MS is, even though this is the dude and he looked like he was probably 5 minutes older than me, and explain to him what MS is, and he's like, oh, okay, huh? All right, and does a couple tests on me, does like a memory thing. Well, it gives me 3 words, like inconspicuously, like gives you like 3 words that are something that you're gonna have to remember. Okay, and it's like a Wellington, a rubber boot, and a dog named Sam or something. And then at the end of your conversation, he's like, what were those words that I told you? And I'm like, oh, you kind of look back. It's tests like that. And so I do it, and then they make you walk, and my left leg is pretty gimpy, but certain times it's all right. I got a cane that I got to hump around with me. Where's this road that I'm supposed to turn on? And so anyway, I got to repeat myself again. Like, so I talked to the doctor, and he's like, oh, okay. He just isn't familiar with MS. And then, a month goes by after my checkup, and it's like, hey, guess what? Congratulations. There's a miracle cure for multiple sclerosis, and now you're better. And you can go to work. And I was like, oh shit, like I didn't know about. What? It's a road closed at the road. Whatever, we're not. I'm not trying to get in trouble. Road is closed 500 feet. Like, what? Oh shit. shit. Oops. Yeah, it is closed. I'm over here rambling on my... So anyway, I had to turn around. I went like 5 miles, and then the road's like, hey, it's closed. Where was I? Shit. Again, this is one of those things with MS. You're just forgetful. It's like, and as time goes on, your motor skills are just... And I got slobber on my glasses. And so anyway, I talked to this doctor, and a month later I get a bill, or not a bill, a paper from the Social Security people saying, hey, there's a miracle cure, and now you know your MS is gone. Well, that's cool. Like, when did that happen? And so then it's like you can not fight it. I can't even think of the word. Brain fart. Appeal. You can appeal this within, 25 minutes kind of thing. So I did my best, and instead of sending it in the mail, I sent it to the office I'm driving to now. Well, I actually went and walked it in, was like, here you go, I'm not fucking missing this. And I appealed it, and then you get a thing, 6 weeks later that says, well, your appeal is on my desk basically, and we'll let you know. Okay, well, am I going to continue to get funds? Like, I live in a small town, nobody's hiring, especially anybody with a fucking disability or walks in with a cane. Hey, you guys hiring? In a small town where everything's a laborer's job, no one. So a month goes by, I still hear anything. 2 months go by, 60 days, whatever, and I go to the local Social Security office, and the guy is like, oh, well, it turns out basically you did your appeal, and you did your appeal. Now, just making sure I got a turn right here. It's so hard to just this. I can't even just talk to a phone without having a hard time. And so back to my appeal. I do the appeal, and then the guy is like, oh, well, it turns out you only have, or I get mail, that says, we've got your appeal, but it turns out you only get 60 more days, and then you don't get any more money. I'm like, oh shit, I'd really better try to find a job. So hence the YouTube thing. We'll see how this goes. And then they're like, but if you do your appeal, you will continue to get funds until the appeal is over, and then we'll give you a decision, and then based on that decision, we'll look back at how much extra funds you got, and if we determine that you still don't have MS all over, you've been miraculously cured, you have to back pay all that. And I'm like, well, okay, whatever. Well, then 2 months go by, and then yesterday I get the letter that says your ticket to work program is no good. So then it's like, well, shit, I finally call, or finally get through. Oh, that reminds me, it goes back to a month and a half ago when you call Social Security, and you're just sitting there calling, and then you talk to an automated thing for 5 seconds, and then it says, hey, if you would like us to call you back when it's your turn in line, press 1. So you press 1, and I did that. I never had an issue with it, but then this last time before today, almost a month had gone by, or a month and a half or so. And when I called this morning, because of the letter I got yesterday, it said, if you press 1, we'll call you. So I pressed 1, and it's like, you are still in line. What? It's been a month and a half, and you guys can't call me back? I'm still in line? So, anyway, I press 1, and then it's like, oh, okay, we're going to cancel your other position in line and set you a new one. And now I'm like, shit, panicking. Am I going to have to wait another month to get through to anybody? Hence why I just drive to the damn local place, which is 50 miles away from my house. And I, again, forgot where I was going with that. Just dead. It just drops. It's like it just disappears, like what I was talking about. Oh, it's Friday. Now here comes the crying thing again. I'm supposed to I get through finally, and it says, hey, you reset your number, we'll call you back, blah, 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 blah. And sure as shit, 15 minutes later, a really nice gentleman calls, hey, this is, whoever from Social Security, what's going on? I explained to him all of this shit, and he's like, well, that sucks. Let me find out what's going on. He's like, well, it looks like back in May, they got my, when I got my original letter saying you're not going to get funds anymore, I immediately did the appeal within a day and drove it to the local place and turned it in. And so I tell him all of this stuff, and he's like, okay, well, let me email. He's going to email all this information and the fact that I'm concerned and trying to figure out what's going on. And he can't really give me a straightforward answer. He's just like, yeah, it looks like it's been since May. And what are we now? It's been all of May, June, July, almost August, months. In the midst of this, I'm waiting for my new neurologist, which I've been waiting for 8 months now. That appointment's in October the 10th. I set this appointment. This is the earliest I could get. So now here I am, back on my Social Security adventure, trying to find out what's going on, because the gentleman I talked to on the phone an hour ago said, it looks like you are not going to be receiving any funds for September. And I'm like, well, that sucks, because I just filled out all the appeal stuff, and the guy I talked to at the office says, well, if you do your appeal, then you'll get a secondary opinion, and we'll set you up with another doctor's appointment, and we'll go through this process again, kind of thing, and we'll go off of that opinion. Okay, great. And then he's like, well, it looks like you are still on a pay to get, you're scheduled to get your payment for next month, and this was, a month or two ago. And okay, cool. Well, then I find out today that once I get through, the guy's like, no, it looks like you are not scheduled to get paid for, which is going to be September now. I'm like, that's great. Thank you for letting me know ahead of time. Like, what is this system? Like, dear Lord. All right, well, here we are after an hour of driving to my local Social Security office and then waiting 2 hours to see somebody. I talked to the really nice lady that was there that helped me, and she said that that they can fix my payment thing. I don't understand why the dude I talked to this morning couldn't. He just said, nope, that's it. Yep, no more. You're done. But, excuse me, I went to the office, and the lady says, oh, no, that's okay. We can take care of that right here in the office, but your appeal is still waiting, and they're looking at it, and this has been since May. All right, well, so that's it. Still not really any answers. You just kind of have to wait. But at least I'm going to get some kind of payment. This is draining. I swear, I'm fucking exhausted now. It's my leg is killing me. My left arm is getting really numb. And, it's just a pain in the ass. And you can't talk to anybody on the phone about this kind of shit. It's very annoying. So, anyway, there's someone fucking walking in the middle of the road and swerving. All right, let's see if you can see that guy. Yep, that's anyhow, anybody on their Social Security adventure, good luck. It is an absolute pain in the ass, but it's like something you have to keep fighting for. All right, well, good luck. Have fun.